Good evening and welcome to our 2020 NHS Senior Recognition and New Member Induction Ceremony. I'm Mr. Gerard, the advisor for NHS. The very first thing I'd like to do tonight is to reach out to the seniors and their families. I know this is not how you would have ever imagined celebrating your senior year, and there's nothing we can do to fully replace being with each other shoulder to shoulder. However, through this virtual ceremony, we hopefully can provide a memory where you and your families can recognize your accomplishments and contributions to our Fort LeBoeuf family. In addition, seeing the smiling faces of your peers that were a large part of your school career will hopefully remind you of the great bonds you made. Let's look back at our abbreviated yet impactful year in NHS. We honored the sacrifices that our military has made and continues to make with our annual Military Appreciation Night football game. With the help of the American Legion and countless other supporters, the NHS was able to raise over $4,000 for the Veterans Miracle Center of Erie. We set records in our annual food drive that helps feed our community by donating over 4,300 items over a 5-day span. NHS students led the charge in organizing 2 different blood drives that directly save lives. NHS successfully organized a winter semi-formal called Snowball, which helped us award $3,000 worth of scholarships to our members this past year. We will continue to award thousands of scholarship dollars a year. Finally, many of you offer up your own time to tutor students in need of help. So NHS members, you honor and celebrate your community. You support your community. You save lives in your community, and you help students continue to drive ahead with their education both financially and as mentors. You do all this as a group while maintaining at least a 97% QPA and serve at least 25 hours of community service individually. You do this while leading other student organizations, performing arts groups, sports teams. You do this while holding down jobs that help provide for your family and save for your future. All of you do this while showing integrity, character, and compassion. Please reflect upon all that you do to drive this school. You have an incredible amount of accomplishments to be proud of, and please know how proud and honored I am to be a part of this group. Before we get to the seniors and our new inductees, I'd like to reach out to the current juniors. Many of you as co-chairs did an incredible job helping to run our large events. You pulled your weight and then some. Academically, you're powerhouses. I am looking forward to what direction you will take our group in the future. To help recognize our seniors, I'd like to hand over the ceremony to my co-advisor, Ms. Laser. Ms. Laser has done an incredible amount of work in running this organization and teaching me the ropes of being an NHS advisor. She has such a big heart for the students, and we are very lucky to have her within our group. Ms. Laser, take it away.
Buenos dias, everyone. Ms. Laser here. As you already know, this group of seniors coming through is a fabulous crew. They're very intellectual, very intelligent, humble, and a fabulous sense of humor. I can tell you how many laughs I've shared with the people in this crew. It's been a great experience working with them. However, they do have a special place in my heart because they were incoming freshmen the first year that I was here at Fort LeBoeuf. So it's been a very humbling and rewarding experience as them being the first crew that I've seen go through the entire 4 years of their high school career. That being said, just what they've experienced and accomplished together and have achieved is outstanding. And just looking at the list of the careers they're going into after high school, I have no doubt in my mind that they're going to succeed and excel at what they have planned. And it has been such an honor to be able to take part in preparing them to get to that point. Especially this past year has been particularly trying, but they have all been models and have demonstrated what it takes to unite and overcome any obstacle that the world throws at us. Tonight, we want to take the opportunity to honor these seniors for one of the last times here at Fort LeBoeuf. So without further ado, here they are. Michaelin Alsop, Penn State Baron, Nursing. Marissa Badaracco, Edinburgh University, Nursing. Jaron Bateman, Utah State University, Accounting. Frankie Bellamini, Penn State Baron, Nursing. Allison Bangle, Edinburgh University, Secondary Ed and Comprehensive English. Elena Bangle, Point Park University, Broadcast Journalism. Evelyn Bangle, Edinburgh University, Art Therapy. Madeline Bangle, Edinburgh University, Animation. Dylan Kuhn, Unknown. Olivia Cornwell, Penn State Baron, English. Andrew Crilly, Penn State Biomedical Engineering. Caleb Don, University of Dayton, Adolescent Young Adult Education and History. Rachel Dahm, University of Pittsburgh, undecided early ed and special ed. Anna DiNicola, Mercyhurst, forensic anthropology. Elise Densmore, Slippery Rock, exercise science, pre-physician assistant studies. Sabrina Double, Penn Foster, veterinary technician. Josh Elagier, Penn State Barron, mechanical engineering. Nicole Ennerline, Clarion University, nursing. Genevieve Feltmeyer, Allegheny College, bio pre-med and psychology. Kayla Fries, Mercyhurst, applied forensics. Lucas Gellner, unknown. Caitlin Hassel, Robert Morris University, nursing. Daniel Herman, Edinburgh University, game and virtual world development. Georgia Huck, West Virginia University, English literature. Joel Huck, undecided. Matthew Johnson, Mercyhurst University, archaeology. Jason Kindland, Gannon University, undecided health services. Emily Kaczynski, Penn State University, kinesiology. Caitlin Leander, Gannon University, nursing. Nathan Larson, Penn State Barron, computer engineering. Andrew Lichtinger, West Virginia University, sport and exercise science. Lucas Mosier, University of Pittsburgh, actuarial science. Brandon Mutchler, Point Park University, graphic design. Cameron Padine, Western Carolina University, communication sciences and disorders. Abigail Petrick, Mercyhurst University, management. Joseph Riley, unknown. Connor Sheehan, unknown. Jacob Stedman, Edinburgh University, graphic design. Cassidy Tech, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, archaeology. Madeline Terrell, Slippery Rock University, mathematics and actuarial science. Aidan Thiemann, Mercyhurst, intelligence studies. Eva Tillich, Indiana University of Pennsylvania, political science and international relations. Ben Turry, Edinburgh University, health and physical education. Hannah Van Damia, Moorhead State University, biomedical science. Owen Winzikowski, Penn State Barron, software engineering. Kendra Wilson, Edinburgh University, early childhood and special education. Corey Withers, Penn State Barron, software engineering. Kristen Wolfgang, Gannon University, undecided health science. Hunter Yapel, unknown. Best of luck to our seniors as you start the next chapter in your lives. We will miss you dearly. And now I'd like to send it back to Mr. Gerard.
As our NHS officers sat down with myself and Miss Laser to discuss a theme to this year's ceremony, we settled on the 4 years of high school and how they relate to the 4 pillars of the National Honor Society: character, service, scholarship, and leadership. Speaking on character in your freshman year of high school, here's NHS Vice President Anna DiNicola.
As much as we all may have despised it at one point or another, I think we can all agree that high school can be one of the most impactful experiences of our lives. 4 years can go fast when you're making the most of them, and here at Fort LeBoeuf, we always try and always succeed to do just that. Take freshman year, for instance. It's a time for new experiences and for growth. It's not always easy to adjust to a strange new world, in this case high school, but somehow we all get through and we learn more about ourselves along the way. That's where character comes in. Our morals, our qualities, who we are as people. It's something that builds and strengthens over the years, and something we embrace here in the National Honor Society. Freshman year, we meet new people, build new relationships, earn more freedom, and learn that leaving a legacy is simple if you're putting your heart into whatever you're doing, if you're putting your heart into everything you're doing. When you think National Honor Society, character may not be the first pillar that comes to mind. It may be scholarship. It may be leadership. It may even be service. But without a strong foundation, just as freshman year kicks off your 4 glorious years in high school, without a strong and willful character, these 3 traits are not as attainable as you would think. Our character is what drives us. It's what guides us. And to put it simply, it's what makes the impossible possible.
Thank you, Anna. Speaking about character in your sophomore year of high school, here's NHS Secretary Elise Dinsmore.
Sophomore year. You have graduated your very first year of high school. You're no longer the newbies of the school. You know what to expect and what is expected of you. Your maturity level has increased and you're ready to take advantage of the opportunities that lie ahead. This is the year that you'll begin to learn to drive, meaning you're about to have more freedom than ever before. With this freedom comes a great level of responsibility. You must learn to put others before oneself. This is called service. Each day, opportunities arise to better our school and community, with the willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without compensation or recognition. Taking part in service activities will make a difference to you and to those around you, whether that be through serving with our school's food drive or blood drive, or helping at a community event. All efforts to dedicate each of our time and talents to an individual, a group, a community, to benefit their lives and help to make tomorrow a little better. Being a part of the National Honor Society opens the doors for individuals to be of service to others within the school, in the local community, and around the world. Upholding this attitude for the betterment of others will allow you to look back and realize it was worthwhile, and that you have made a difference. Thank you.
Thanks, Elise. Speaking about scholarship in your junior year of high school, here's NHS Secretary Katie Hassel.
High school makes up 4 years of our lives. Some say these 4 years you can never get back. Others say that these 4 years prepare you for the most exciting yet grueling time, college. Each year of high school allows students to explore their abilities to the fullest through many different ways. For instance, some might argue that your junior year is the most important year of high school. Having been a junior myself, I can attest to the fact that it is indeed a stressful time for all of us, unfortunately. By this time, many students have completed their keystones, been introduced to harder level classes such as Advanced Placement, also known as AP, and the infamous SAT and/or ACT is taken. Not to mention, colleges and universities take careful notice to the hardworking and dedicated juniors. Therefore, your level of scholarship, and no, I'm not talking about the money scholarships you get for attending college, but rather the commitment to learning and knowledge is very important at this time. As members of the National Honor Society, it is our job to reach and maintain our highest level of scholarship. Now, I'm not saying we as past and present juniors don't have a couple or even a lot of bad days, because trust me, that happens more than we would all like to admit. But no matter what the circumstance, we always find a way to persevere. It's not so much the grades you are given, but rather the effort you put in to earn those grades that stands out to your teachers, peers, and even those colleges and universities. The primary goal of maintaining scholarship is to always put forth your best effort and to never give up on learning, even if times get tough.
Thank you, Katie. Speaking about leadership and your senior year of high school, here's NHS President Caleb Dawn.
Finally, our last year and last NHS pillar is senior year and leadership. In normal years, seniors are the ones to set the tone for the school, as their younger classmates look up to us and emulate what they see. So, whether you like it or not, every senior is thrust into a leadership position of leaving a legacy on the younger classes. This can be anything from literally leading them to whether in sports, clubs, or organizations, showing them how to act mature and explaining them the ins and outs of high school and how to transition from a middle schooler to young adult. Yes, whether you like it or not, seniors can play either a positive or negative influence on turning these goofy underclassmen into young adults, because they will have to do the same. I firmly believe that the National Honor Society plays a pivotal role in helping us develop these leadership skills critical for high school and beyond. I only wish the class of 2020 would be able to see our work come to fruition. Thank you, and have a good night.
Thanks, Caleb. And now to address our audience, here's Fort LeBoeuf Principal, Mr. Rimpa.
Hello and welcome to tonight's National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. So glad that you could join us. It's a very special evening for the new inductees, and even though we're not together in person, I'm so glad that at least we get a chance to do this in a virtual together meeting to recognize these students and their amazing induction into this new stage of their life. First thing I'd like to do is talk a little bit about National Honor Society and its leadership. Behind Mr. Gerard, he's done just an amazing job leading us through this year. Been very difficult with all the adversity, the extra planning, all the different things that he's had to put into it. He's done an amazing job and kept us right on track. Following in the footsteps of Mrs. Suschek, he's taken over this organization and done great things. He's been very fortunate to have Miss Laser join him. She's volunteered to kind of be an assistant advisor, and she's helped with continuity, and she's also done an amazing job of supporting him and helping the students through this transition. We're very fortunate to have those two as our advisors. They've done a great job to keep this organization on track. Recognize and understand, folks, NHS, not only is it an outstanding organization, but it truly embodies everything that we love about high school. It talks about students moving their way from their freshman year to their senior year, starting with the focus on academics, moving towards service in that process. So as we get ready to start, I want to send a quick message to our seniors. Very bittersweet that we're not together. When we're together for induction night, it gives us a chance to start that process of saying goodbye. It's one of the events that kind of symbolizes that you're really getting towards the end of your high school career. So we are not together, which makes me sad. Again, every time that we have to kind of postpone and move in a different direction, it makes us all sad here at the high school, and this is no different. So congratulations to you seniors. We're still very excited about all that you've done and all you've accomplished here in the halls of Fort LeBoeuf. We always talk about leaving a legacy, and you folks have truly done that. We're very proud of you. So even though we're not together, even though we're not in the same room, I still am proud of you, and I'm excited to see what you accomplish as you move on to the next step in your journey. New inductees, message for you folks. Understand that this first part of being a National Honor Society inductee, you handle very easily. Not necessarily easily, but very naturally. So scholarship is something that you've done since you've been in elementary school, and character, something that you are raised in your family. And the way that they bring you up, and the way that they emphasize morals, and the way that they emphasize the whole process. So with scholarship, you naturally you've done it since you've been little. You work hard on your studies, you're very conscientious, you're very ambitious, and you work very hard to make sure that you earn strong grades. So that's the first step in being qualified as a National Honor Society member. The next step, the character, you're already responsible, you're already honest, you have a wonderful family, you're already demonstrating your integrity even as a sophomore and junior. So those two steps of scholarship and character, even though you kind of handle those naturally and think this is exactly how I'm supposed to live my life, they're very important, and I like that we take a moment to recognize it. And speaking of your character, speaking of your integrity, we always take a moment right now. I look out into the crowd and I say, I'd like to recognize our parents and our grandparents. So even though we're not together, I'm going to ask everybody, wherever you're watching this from, the living room or from the dining room, or wherever you have maybe on the TV or maybe on your internet, on the computer, I'm going to ask you to stand up, parents and grandparents, or at least raise your hand. And students, I'd like you to give those folks a high five. Even better yet, please go up and give them a hug. Thank them for all that they have done. Thank them for their support. Thank them for all the things that they've done, the sacrifices in helping you get to this point in your life. So a round of applause for our parents and our grandparents, okay? All right, next. What really makes it special for me is the fact that it's now taking that next step in your evolution as a student. It's now taking that next step towards recognizing your place in the high school community, your place in our overall Waterford community. So we take a look, we talk about leadership. You've done that. You've taken the risk. You filled out the application. You've been involved in service activities. You've been involved in other leadership activities. I've seen so many of you involved in athletics, involved in the arts, working hard to contribute to your school, taking on leadership positions. So leadership is taking that risk and attempting to maybe motivate, inspire others. Not easy to do, so I commend you for taking that first step. Next is service. And this is the most special part, because you start to finally understand and finally appreciate what it means to have developed satisfaction from helping others, putting others' needs in front of your own, thinking of others. You're here tonight Mr. Gerard discussed things about how much money we raised for those in need, for different organizations, for research to help those in our community close and far. You've maybe heard us talk a little bit about food drives and how we've raised money, we've done food drives to collect food to take to our local food banks to help others that are in need. Again, maybe no other time that's been as important as it is right now, with families that are facing hardships, families that have maybe lost jobs, families that are maybe not able to go to work right now. So those types of actions are very, very important. And you guys have been doing that for a long time. Giving blood for our blood drives. We're always one of the strongest contributors in the whole area. We've received several awards through the years for us donating blood. And so I commend you folks for making that happen. Remember, the thing that makes a National Honor Society induction so special is you have to earn it. You have to work towards it. It's not just something that anybody can sign up for. You have to meet certain criteria that we've kind of already referenced. And you've done those things and you continue to strive. So please don't let this be the end. Let this be the beginning. Don't be satisfied with, well, I have my induction. I'm going to check that off. It's part of my resume builder. No, we want you, especially in times like now with the COVID-19 crisis that we're facing, to think about what are some things that I can do to help my community? What are some things that I can do to help others? It might be helping out some folks that live on your street. It might be some ideas to help grandparents, or reach out to them and support them and let them know you're thinking of them. Make sure that you don't limit yourself. This is the beginning, not the end. You should be very proud of this accomplishment. Don't stop now. My challenge to you essentially is that. Continue to strive, whether it's your scholarship, your character, your leadership, and your service. Continue to strive to make those things part of your daily life and how you live and how you conduct yourself as a citizen. So I'm very proud of you and all that you've accomplished. I'm very proud to see what happens in the future. To our seniors, good luck to you. Best wishes. One of my favorite parts is always when I get to sit on the stage for National Honor Society induction and listen to all the amazing colleges and all the amazing majors that you folks are moving towards. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So you guys have a great evening. Congratulations, and keep up the good work.
Thank you for those words, Mr. Rimpa. Now we would like to address and introduce the new inductees into National Honor Society. We are very excited to welcome a very bright and accomplished group. We have high standards within NHS, but we are very confident you are just the class of students to meet them and put your own spin on our organization. Your applications were very impressive, and we would like to announce and recognize our new inductees at this time. Madison Alexander, Lauren Barnett, Valerie Brava, Lauren Dawn, Ryan Dom, Audrey Friedman, Carly Gelner, Lauren Green, Marley Hull, Mackenzie Houston, Jacob Jenkins, Taylor Jones, Elizabeth Kessel, Addison Lampman, Adam Lichtinger, Jordan Lebelski, Emma McIntyre, Anna Melnick, Maggie Morrison, Madeline Nutt, Gabriella Padden, Lauren Pennock, Emily Prather, Katie Proctor, Kylie Roller, Nicholas Thiemann, Mason Verdicia, Ryan Waite, Carrington Wazalewski, Ryan Westgate. Our superintendent, Mr. Emmerich, would like to lead the new inductees in the NHS Pledge.
Good evening, everyone. It is my true pleasure, under some unusual and unique circumstances, to issue the pledge to our National Honor Society inductees. Inductees, if you'd please rise, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purpose of the National Honor Society to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school. I will maintain and encourage the high standards of character, leadership, scholarship, and service. Congratulations to our National Honor Society inductees.
Thank you, Mr. Emmerich, and congratulations to the new inductees of National Honor Society. In closing, we are very excited for our new members. We are confident in the direction our current junior class will take us, and we are thankful and proud of the contributions our seniors have made to both the National Honor Society and Fort LeBoeuf High School. Thank you, and good night.